What is going on, everyone? The Houston Texans have an opportunity to show the NFL world that they are a legitimate contender this Sunday against the Buffalo Bills. Both these teams are 3-1. Both these teams have elite quarterbacks. This is the Houston Texans' second biggest test of the season, and I cannot wait to see how this game plays out. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to drop your score predictions and your keys to the game in the comments down below. That's exactly what we're going to do today. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ruben Calvillo, and this is the 713 Houston Sportcast, where I drop daily Houston Texans content. So make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest news, rumors, and updates. And guys, this episode was brought to you and powered by BetUS. Guys, I wanted to show you the odds for this week 5 matchup. The Houston Texans are currently 1-point underdogs. If you want to put some money on this, let me know. I'm going to throw some change on it. But guys, bet you giving us 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. I'm going to go ahead and put $50 on this game. I have the Houston Texans winning a close matchup, and we'll talk about it later on in the video. But shout out to BetUS, man. They have quick payouts, 24 hours customer service. They do a damn great job. You saw us. We put 50 to risk $45.45. The Houston Texans winning by 1 point. Let's go ahead and lock it in. If you tell, let me know. Shout out to BetUS. My first key to the game, this Houston Texans passing attack waking up, this passing attack winning you a football game. Now, the Buffalo Bills secondary is good, not great. They have a new safety group, no Micah Hyde, no Jordan Pryor. And I think this is going to be a great game for the passing attack to finally get going. Let's first look at our wide receiver, Stefon Diggs, our big acquisition in the offseason. He is going to be playing against his former team. Now, he said this is just a regular game. There's no emotions. I'm not buying that for 1 second. I think Stefon Diggs has had this game circled, and I think Stefon Diggs will have his best game as a Houston Texan. And I think this will be a great opportunity for Stefon Diggs, who is a captain of this team, to announce himself to Houston, have a dominant performance against a 3-1 football team and a team that traded Jew away. I'm predicting a big game from Stefon Diggs. I'm going to predict 100+ yards from him. I'm even going to predict a touchdown. I think Stefon Diggs is going to be one of the main reasons why the Houston Texans win this football game. Nico Collins, he's going to get his. 12's out here. This is one of the best wide receivers, if not the best wide receiver in the NFL. Currently leading the league in receiving yards. Nico's going to get his. He's been C.J. Stroud's #1 option. When a big play needs to happen for this offense, it's 7-12 every single time. And I think he's going to get his opportunities. Tank Dell, it looks like he will be ready to go. Has been limited the past 2 days in practice. To be honest with you guys, we have yet to see a big game, a big moment from Tank Dell. He needs to take advantage of his few opportunities. There is a lot of mouth to feed, ladies and gentlemen. But, man, it would mean a lot if we saw Tank Dell going against the Buffalo Bills. I just think that the passing attack is key to this game, because there might not be no Joe Mixon there. If Joe Mixon is there on Sunday, we're having an entirely different video. Joe Mixon the past 2 days hasn't practiced. If he practices tomorrow, I feel a lot better of him playing Sunday. But right now, this passing attack has to be the reason why the Houston Texans beat the Buffalo Bills. My second key to this game, this offensive line keeping C.J. Stroud upright, creating some lanes for our running backs, and playing disciplined football. If the Houston Texans get another 10+ penalties, which will be their 4th game in a row, they're not going to beat the Buffalo Bills. From what we heard, head coach DeMeco Ryans has addressed these penalties. You saw him post-game against the Jaguars say, it looks like we're trying to break the record for penalties. He knows this is an issue, and I think it does get fixed against the Buffalo Bills. If it doesn't, we're going to have an entirely different conversation after the game on Sunday. I'm looking at Laramie Tunsil. I'm looking at Shaq Mason. I'm looking at Titus Howard. These are the veterans of the O-line, veterans of the offense. Those three guys got big 3-year contract extensions from general manager Nick Caserio. They need to live up to their contracts. This offensive line needs to have their get-right game. There will be no Von Miller. Ed Oliver was just put on the injury report today, a hamstring injury during practice. You'll be going against guys like AJ Espinoza. This offensive line should be able to handle the Buffalo Bills front seven. I'm praying that they do, because if it's not, man, it's going to be disappointing with everything we've had invested into the O-line, all the money that we spent. But this is a matchup, a matchup that I'm watching. The Houston Texans O-line against the Buffalo Bills front four, front seven. It's going to be a fun matchup to watch, guys. And if the Houston Texans offense can play clean football, can create opportunities for C.J. Stroud to be back there and just dissect the Buffalo Bills defense, we're going to see a pretty good day. Now, my third and final key to the game, getting the quarterback Josh Allen was sacked 3 times last week against the Baltimore Ravens, was hit 8 times, was under pressure 44.1% of his dropbacks. Last week against the Jaguars, the Houston Texans only had 1 sack from Eric Murray, but we saw that they were blitzing a lot. Does that happen against the Bills? You might need it. Will Anderson Jr., 2.5 sacks on the season. Danielle Hunter, 1.5 sack on the season. This tandem needs to wake up. This tandem needs to terrorize Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen is special, guys. In my opinion, he's an MVP quarterback, one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the NFL. He is a problem. And our edge rushers need to take advantage of their opportunities. The Buffalo Bills are banged up right now, guys. Will Anderson Jr. and Hunter, they need to win their matchups. They need to make it hell for Josh Allen. I think our defensive tackles are going to have some opportunities if the Texans force the Bills into 2nd and long, 3rd and long situations. Tim Edwards Jr., for Lorenzo Fatukasi, they've been pretty dominant against the pass. Against the run, that's a different question. What goes into, I guess, another one of my keys to the game is containing James Cook. I am a big fan of James Cook. Got him on my fantasy team, and he's been eating so far this season. The Houston Texans, the past 2 games, have been iffy on the run. And when I mean iffy, they'll have a stretch where the opposing team will have 3 runs for 1 to 2 yard gains, and then the 4th one will break out for 30. This Houston Texans front seven needs to contain the run. Now, it's easier said than done. The Bills have a dynamic, rushing attack of James Cook and Josh Allen. Overall, guys, I have this being a close game. I have this being a fun game. One of the best games of this week. I have it going, let's go 27-20 Houston Texans. Once again, coming right down to the wire. Once again, another heart attack. But ladies and gentlemen, if you walk out of this game with the W, you're feeling like you're one of the best teams in the NFL. We could have some conversations about MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. I cannot wait for this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. For more Houston Texans content, you guys know what to do. Feel free to follow me for more. This episode was brought to you and powered by BetUS. Take advantage of the 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. And ladies and gentlemen, you all have a very blessed day.